That 20-kilometer gravel road was quite the experience, but I took it easy, didn't kill my trailer, and look at this. I don't even want to look in my trailer yet to see the condition of things after that road. I want to go exploring. This is gorgeous. Wood Lake, because there's lots of, well, wood. My campsite at the far end over there, straight ahead. You can almost see the trailer through the trees. You can see the end of the dock. It's my wake. I forgot my seat, so I'm sitting on my dinette cushion and engaging my core. There's my trailer. My campsite right over there. My dismount didn't work as well as I'd hoped. Whew. I don't know. You must be the phone booth. And you are Harrison Lake. What a view. So nice. Time to head back down. I've got a knee injury, which wasn't too bad on the way up, but I have to be very, very careful on the way down because some areas are pretty steep and there's a bit of shale going on, so the footing might be a little slippery. Well, I think that's the worst of it. Or maybe not. You know, it's not uncommon in any of our coastal forests now to not see charring on the trees. You can see where fire has come through here. Made it down successfully. Nobody else has arrived in my absence. I still have the whole campground to myself. Time for breakfast. That sun coming up over the trailer and trees is nice. Big spider web here. Sitting here by myself, two things come to mind. Well, more than two, but here are two that I'm going to tell you about. At 61 years old, this is the first time, other than in Scouts when I was a kid, and we all had to go on a little solo overnight camping trip. But this is the first time that I've gone camping by myself. That's the first thing. The second thing is that I can't get over how nice this campsite is that I've got. Granted, if there were other people here, I'd have people walking around the back of my campsite the whole time, down a lower level, but they'd be there. But in the shoulder season, like we're entering into now with nobody else here, and it's Friday morning. I came Thursday, so maybe by the weekend things will pick up. But it's peaceful. That sign there that says trail is kind of calling to me. What I'm wondering is if it heads off and goes around the whole lake, which it could. The lake isn't terribly big. Might have to explore that later. Okay, had a little nap in my gravity chair. I'm all refreshed, ready to go explore this trail. Looks like a little view spot. This is ever nice. There's a nice spot right there for about a 4-person tent. And you'd have this gorgeous view overlooking the whole lake, obscured by a few trees, sure, but you're up above everything here. If you look down through above the fire pit, just through the little opening there, you can see the ladders at the end of the dock. This is really nice. Okay, I'm going to take that trail down there, head back down towards the lake, and we'll see where that goes. I've only come maybe 100 meters through the trees, and the trail does continue on this way. But look down here. There's another little sitting area. These logs all over the place that a person can just sit on and look, like I'm doing right now, sitting and looking. I don't know why I'm recording all of this. I don't know if I'll ever make it into a video and post it. Maybe it's because it's kind of a new chapter in my life. I'm not retired at all, not even close to it. But what I have done is I'm taking one day off a week. So on the long weekends, I'm going camping once in a while in the shoulder season. And this is my first trip. I'm at Wood Lake, British Columbia, about 20 kilometers up the west side of Harrison Lake. Maybe I'll start a series. Solo camping on your days off. Catchy title. Well, the lake's back there. I seem to be getting further away from it. But this is nice. It feels like where I went this morning, up to the top of that knoll to get phone reception, I think was up over there. This may not go around the lake after all. Yeah, I have a feeling that that is exactly where this is leading to. Well, there's a trail that also heads off from my campsite to the left. So maybe that goes around the lake, or part of it. You know, as I was driving up here, actually, let me flip cameras. As I was driving up here, oh yeah, this is it. I'm back at the campsite. Campground, I should say. Well, there's the trail going up to the phone booth as they describe it. And that's the trail heading back to my campsite. Okay, I'll talk more from there. Okay, now I'm understanding something. Right behind me, it's a double site, number 13 and 14. Right there is site number 10. There is site 11. I'm in site 12, right there. There's a sign right over here that says parking for site 29. And I couldn't figure it out because 29 does not fall in amongst 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I know math, okay? 29 must be that site that I hiked over to that's up on top of that little hill. Figured it out. Well, back at the campsite, we went down that trail and went off in that direction. Maybe tomorrow we'll take the trail off in the other direction and see where that goes. Yeah, so as I was driving up here, I'm not far from home in the sense that it took me 2 hours to drive here. The first hour was all on pavement, and the last 20 kilometers are what took the second hour over gravel road. The gravel road, it's an active logging road, and it is bumpy. There are a lot of hills. There's a lot of very loose gravel from people churning up the hills, especially if they're pulling a trailer. And the potholes are countless. So you have to be sitting up tall, looking over the hood of your vehicle, watching for those potholes, because you hit some of them really hard if you're not careful. And my trailer, as you've seen, doesn't have very much clearance. And I'm driving up here thinking, no, this is a one and done. I'm not coming up here again. But I get here and it's gorgeous, and I would come here again. Maybe not with my trailer though. At one point, and I'm really thankful for this rear view camera that I installed last year, but at one point, the back of my trailer got low enough that there's my dump valve right there. And it had a 4-inch clear plastic extension on it. And I saw it on the road in my rear view camera as I'm driving away from it. What had happened is the back end of the trailer dipped down far enough that the cap scraped against the ground, undid the cap. Then the clear plastic attachment scraped against the ground, undid that. And so I just put the cap back on and made it the rest of the way. But that's the thing. This trailer is really low. So this trailer is not a good trailer for this type of a camping excursion. I think bumper to hitch, I'm 25 feet. And ideally, I would prefer something for a road like this, a couple feet shorter. But if I'm kind of stuck with this length based on floor layout, I'd want something with a little bit more clearance and better built. This trailer is not robust enough to do a road like I came up on a regular basis. I've taken my chair down to the end of the dock because I realize it's beer o'clock, and might even go for a little swim. And no, I did not cut the sound from this clip. This is how quiet it actually is. I've never had a campground to myself, let alone a whole lake. Thought I'd come check out the other side of the lake. The other end, I should say. Yesterday I went down around that corner. And today, going across because there are a few campsites on the other side of the lake, which means there must be a road going around the lake. What you're hearing is a vehicle driving down the logging road. Oh yeah, for sure. Picnic table and a fire pit right there. Looks like a cool spot. And here's another something here. There's a road out there and a sign and some garbage cans. Yep, definitely part of the park. Huh. Well, tomorrow I'll go for a walk. I'm glad no one's around to watch me get in and out of my kayak. With a bad hip, a bad knee, and a bad wrist, it's not graceful. That's a nice morning view. The sun is just coming up over the mountains. You can see the shadow line on the trees coming down at an angle, and the sun is now hitting the lake. So it's just sitting here thinking about water. Not because there's a lake in front of me, but because I'm sitting here at this campsite in a campground that doesn't have water. So the difference between, say, like you see BC on the fire pit there, but this isn't a BC Parks site, it's a BC Rec site. So essentially, you've got campsites, you've got a host with gate control access. They open it at 7 in the morning and they close it at 11 at night. You have pit toilets, and that's it. That's why it's so peaceful, because fewer people camp here. Also the time of year, it's the 20th of September today, I think. So yesterday, I went for a hike up to the top of the little mountain there to get some cell reception, respond to a few messages. I went for a walk. I went for a paddle on the water. I put my chair out on the dock and sat in the sun and read my book. Went for a swim. I think today will be more of the same. Well, I've got company. Another family has shown up and they're swimming in my backyard, so I thought it would be a good time to go for a walk. Following a trail around the west side of the lake. It is not a well-used trail, but it's a trail. My hope is that it goes around to those campsites on the other side of the lake. We'll find out. Ah, yeah, it does. Because it spits you out. Okay, there's a separate entrance to Wood Lake. There's the side that I came through, which is, I guess you'd call that the south side, where the guardhouse, where the host is. But there's another gated entrance there, and a sign over there that says Wood Lake Recreation Site, British Columbia. I didn't see this when I came in here on Thursday because it's further up the road. Yep, that's a trail. Oh yeah. Campers report to the host in campsite 21 to pick up a key for the gate. Cool, so this will take me over to the other campsites. Okay, there's a sign up ahead with some camp information on it. The way they've got this set up, they could actually have 2 host sites here. It's like 2 separate campgrounds that aren't connected really, other than the fact that they're on the same lake. I'm gonna guess that this side of the campground isn't used as often. Still got the leftover pandemic signs there. Oh well, moving on. Well, there's a little site right there. That is site 30. There's a trail sign. A pair of old sunglasses here that have been here for who knows how long. No. They look better on you than they would on me. 31. Now, is this a lakeside site? Definitely a tent site. You're not getting in here with a trailer. But this is nice. So if this is 31, what's up there? 32? Must be. Oh yeah. Look at the actual pathway to get up to the site is here. So then that would be 33. Is that ever a nice site? Apologize for the breathing, but you know, oxygen. Yeah, there's my site right between the trees. You can see the back end of my trailer through there. So the trailer sites on that side of the lake, these are all, well, for the most part, I would think tenting sites. But if you want a site that's right on the water, this is the side of the lake to be on. Well, yesterday as I was paddling by, I wondered what that sign said up there. Now I know. So these sites are really cool, these tenting sites that are right on the water. The only downside with those is on this side, they have a small, stinky pit toilet. And that's your only option. I never realized how noisy ravens were. Not their talking, but their wing noise. Unlike an owl which flies silent, you can hear a raven flying from a long ways away. Well, I'm glad I made one more trip up to the top of the hill here to get some service. Because I had forgotten to check the weather. And it's been so nice these last 3 days. But it was starting to cloud over, so I thought I would check, and apparently it is going to start raining by 10:30 tonight. And rain even more tomorrow. So, I'm not packing up to leave, but I will pack up everything I don't want to get wet. That way, I won't be packing up a wet campsite in the morning. Sunday morning rain. And this is why we awning. You're still here. Yeah, and you never left. The sun's come out, isn't that nice? I'm pretty much ready to go. I've packed up everything, almost everything. Still have to put my awning in. I'm gonna let the sun work on that for a little bit before I do, so it's mostly dry. And the last thing I'll pack up is my chair, because I'll never get tired of this view. Well, that's it for this trip. If you managed to watch this far, thank you so much for joining. See you next time.